Welcome to the It Factor. I'm Rob Drlich. I help ambitious professionals up-level their career by up-leveling themselves. Because here's the truth. You are not born with it. You build it. So let's go. Many years ago, early on in my career, I had a boss who called me into his office. I just joined his team about 2 months before that. And he was giving me a coaching session. He's like, hey, you're doing all this well. And he goes, I want to tell you something. You have that it thing that I'm looking for. What did he mean by I had the it factor? Was I born with it? Did I just walk into the team already having it? What does that look like? Or is it something that I developed? And I've thought about that moment for a very long time. I've had many iterations in my career since then. I've developed employees. I've developed teams. I've made an impact in a Fortune 100 company. I have a lot of different experiences to show for that for 20 plus years in my career. Now, what is the it thing that he was referring to? And I've thought about it as I've developed my teams and brought employees on. I've seen employees leave. Which ones had it? Which ones didn't? What does that whole thing mean? And the biggest question, can you develop it? No matter where you're at in your career, no matter where you're at in your education, no matter who you think you are, is that something that you can still develop? Is that something that you can build? Yes. It is something that is already inside of you. It is something that you unlock. It is something that you unleash. Yes, there are some tools, but really, the it factor is a mindset. That is the difference between who I was and the rest of that team way back then. Why? And I love the guys that were on my team, those people that were on my team, but here's the difference. I had a certain ambition. I had a certain perspective to learn, to grow, to keep my eyes open, to keep my perspectives large, to keep it wide, to absorb, to learn from my boss, to see how my boss interacted, to see how his boss interacted. What were the things that they were trying to accomplish? Most employees, here's where they get stuck. They're only focused on, can I do a good job with what I've been told to do? That is only part of how you grow a career. Yes, you need to nail the responsibilities that they are paying you to do, but it's bigger than that. And this is where people get stuck. Because how many of you know the blue-collar person, the muddy boots guy, who works their ass off? They work 10, 12, 15 hours a day. Yet, on the weekends, they grab the beer and they complain about how much they hate their job, all the things that are wrong with the company. They never grow. They might work hard Monday through Friday. Then Saturday through Sunday, they just bitch about how hard they have to work, but nothing changes. They do this for year after year after year after year. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're in a professional position, but you keep going for the promotions and always get told you don't have enough. You're not qualified enough. You don't have enough experience. You don't have this, or you don't have that, or maybe you don't even get the interview. You get the automated email that says you're just not good enough. You're not what we're looking for. We've all been there in some way, shape, or form. Here's the difference. It's the mindset. My next video is going to have the 8 frameworks, the ethos of the it factor, the 8 main points to dive into that will help shape and better your life, better your career, right? But it's a mindset. And that's the difference between the blue-collar man I just described, who works hard, but he's got a limiting belief about who he is in terms of the company, that the man's always on him, making him have to produce more. He views himself as just a machine in the big machine of the company. And on some levels, he is right, but the it factor, when you have it, meaning you want to grow, you want to expand your life, there's a certain thing that you want to achieve, you have to expand out of limited thinking. It is possible for you to expand and look at your boss, look at your boss's boss's boss, right? Look at all the levels of the company and go, I get why they might do that. I get why they might see it that way. I get why they may have made that decision, though it may negatively affect me. I have the ability and I'm expansive enough to look at it from multiple perspectives. And when you have the it factor in that place, you can also make your own opinions to yourself. With the information that I have, I would do this differently. You're always thinking steps ahead. You're always being expansive in your thinking. When you have the tasks that you have, when you have the list of responsibilities that are assigned to you, that are given to you, you understand that, yes, you need to do the job well done. You have to nail it. You have to show up for those tasks, for those responsibilities every single day. But you also start to understand where they fit into the whole ecosystem of the company based on the company's mission and the company's values. You allow that to be expansive. And then you go, how else can I make this better that helps my boss? Your boss is not your enemy. When you have the it factor, your boss is your partner. You may not like them, but you can still partner with them to expand you, to expand them, and help the department, help the company keep growing. You don't want to be in a company that's no benefit to you. You want to be in a company that's growing. So are you helping the company grow? Are you expanding your perspective? Are you expanding your awareness? And that's the difference. Are you working and expanding for some pat on the back, for some sort of validation, or are you doing it for you? Because there's a certain degree of authenticity that comes with that. When you're showing up for you, you have a certain presence and a certain peace about you, a certain steadfastness that bosses go, oh, there's something about them I like. There's something about them that works. And while you might make a mistake here and there, there's a subtle energy that is appealing, that is attractive because it's strong and it's strength. And it can be trusted. When you have the it factor, when you've developed it, you've opened up your awareness, you've opened up your perspective, you start to develop trust because you're not stuck in a limited mindset. You're not stuck in a victim mindset where it's me against you, us, the workers, against them, the system, the management. How can I serve? How can I show up? And you're doing so with a sense of boundaries of, yes, I am here for me. I am here because I am trading my time for a certain paycheck. And in doing so, I'm going to grow and expand so that when other opportunities come, I have the ability to expand into them fairly easily. And I will be chosen to expand into them. It's opening up possibilities. It's living with that that the cup is more than half full than half empty. It is living with this idea that all things are possible, that there is a certain degree if I keep showing up, I keep improving, I keep growing, I keep expanding, I keep asking questions, I keep being curious, that life's going to start moving in my favor because I'm living for me to grow, to be better, to show up in the world in a much better way. There's two types of employees, the ones that want to grow, the ones that want to expand, whether that's an ego-driven expansion or they just generally are very soul-led expansion. And they're the ones that are playing the victim. Like, I have to have a job, so I have to show up. I wouldn't fucking be here if I somehow had the lotto, right? Of course, that is true. But there's a certain mentality of, I hate this job. I have to show up every day. I hate Monday mornings. I hate these meetings. I hate this. I hate that. And guess what? When someone's in that state, of that energetic state, we all know what that is. It's heavy. It's limiting. It's victimizing. It's giving up control to some other thing that says, I don't have control over my life. So I'll just surrender to the pain that is life, to the pain that is the job. I hate this job, but I'll do it because I get a paycheck. It's what I know. Maybe I feel like I'm not worth anything else. You are, but you have to flip the mindset. You have to open up the awareness. You have to allow perspective to come in, and you have to show up every single day and says, how can I grow? How can I serve? How can I be better? How can I give more to the world? And how can I grow within myself, my own capacity? The it factor is a mindset. That's where it starts. And then you can start adding the skills and perspectives and the different layers and nuances of it to it. Are you willing? Are you in a career where you're just frustrated? Look at your mindset. It's one of the hardest things to do when you're in a career where it's just tough. You're overworked. You're not appreciated. All those things can be very much valid, but it still comes down to your mindset. Is it a defeatist mindset or is it an opportunistic mindset? Are you going to live defeated or are you going to live in the mindset and the energy of opportunity that you know there's eventually something's going to break free because you're going to show up every day until it does, or you're going to be able to pivot. You get the experience built, you get the skills built, and then one day something else opens up for you that unlocks you, that unleashes you, and life starts to take those next level upgrades. The it factor is a mindset. What do you choose? Are you choosing to look at it through opportunity, through perspective, through expansion, through awareness? Go get it. You got this.